Hey there, this is week 7 all about regular expressions or regex, and let's have a look onto the second problem from this problem set 7, which is watch on YouTube. Here is the problem: watch on YouTube. As part of the problem, we have been given an HTML link. You can see it here, and this is here or this is here, and we are supposed to shorten it. And shorten it how? Then finally our output should be something like this, out of which this part that I have already highlighted, it is a fixed part: https colon / youtube.be. And now this part, it is a variable part. It will be depending upon the different videos. So this part can be found here, if you can see it here, or if you go to the longer format, you can see it here. Couple of things that we need to keep in mind while creating this file called watch.py, that it is going to expect a stir of HTML as an input. Fine. If you pay attention to these three lines, you will notice that in the first line it is just HTTP, and while in the remaining two lines it is HTTPS. So both are valid and acceptable. Second thing is that in the last line you see here we have got www dot, which is missing from the top two lines. Therefore, while we are writing this program, we need to keep these two factors in mind. At the same time, CS50 has given us a pseudocode, which is here. I have already copied it into my code spaces. Here you can see I have already copied it. Couple of suggestions if you check the hints here. As usual, CS50 is asking us to use a raw string. If you can see here, the raw strings are prefixed with R. So I am going to use this in our program. With this background, let us jump into the programming part and let us start filling the gaps here. Here you see in the pseudocode, I have not made any changes into the pseudocode so far. We have got two libraries, RE and sys, and there is an input statement which is going to accept the HTML or prompt the user for HTML to be entered. And you know, input function always returns a stir type, and then this input is being passed on to the function called parse, and here is the parse function which is accepting this input that the user has put in, and we have to write the parse function. Before I start writing the code, let us revisit the problem one more time. Here is the HTML link that is given, and if you notice here, we have got this part which need to be extracted, and it is enclosed within a double quote. If you pay attention here, here is a double quote, ending double quote, and here is the starting double quote. Similar is the case here. Here also you see a double quote, and then at the end also a double quote, and then there are characters onto the left hand side and onto the right hand side of the double quote. Same is the case here. Here also, if you notice, there are double quotes on the left hand side of our desired string. We will make provision for that. So I can start searching at the double quote, and we will provision that okay, it is going to search for this HTTPS, not for this height 315 or 560 here. Let's do it. Starting with a raw string, then double quotes. For characters onto the left hand side of this double quote, all these, I am going to use a dot symbol and a plus. Dot means anything and everything except for new line, and plus means one or more time. And then let me copy from here up to embed here. This we need to extract as it is. Paste here. Now that I have written HTTPS, it means that it has to look for this particular text here inside the search pattern, not for this 315, not for 560 or any other character which is also inside the double quote, like this YouTube video player. It is going to look for HTTPS, and as I said earlier, we have to provision for that okay, S can be at the end of HTTP or not. Let's do that. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to put it inside parenthesis and put a question mark. Question mark, if you go to the lecture notes, it means that it can be 0 or 1 repetition, so it can be there or it cannot be there. Next is these two forward slashes, we need to escape them with the escape character. Done. Again, if we go back to the problem statement here, this www dot can be there or it cannot be there. For that, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to make it a non-capturing version. Again, if you go to the lecture notes, you will find it here, non-capturing version. It is written within the parenthesis and beginning with a question mark and a colon. Here it is I'm going to use this format. So let's put it inside a parenthesis, and I'm going to put one more question mark here, so that if now it is a non-capturing version, it can be there or it cannot be there, and the question mark is going to ensure that if it is there, then it is there, it only one time, not more than one time. Again, this dot need to be escaped, otherwise it is going to mean anything and everything except the new line character. So with the forward slash, and here is the forward slash. So this we have done. Now we need to look for this particular part or this part. Let us call it suffix. For this, I am going to create a group here, and inside it I am going to put a dot, which means anything and everything, and a plus sign, that means one or more time, and then I am going to put a question mark. Why question mark? If you come to the hints again, you will observe that star and plus are greedy, because they tend to match as much as text possible, and therefore CS50 is advising us to add a question mark immediately after them to make them perform the match in a non-greedy or minimal fashion, and that is why I am putting it over here. Now where it has to search into the string which is passed over here, and I am going to assign it to a variable called pattern here. Before I proceed any further, I would like to show you something. Print pattern dot groups. Now if I go over here into the terminal and try to run this program watch.py, but before, let me copy this HTML text. Copy, run it. I am pasting it. So if you see here, I am getting here, I have created two groups here. Anything which is inside the parenthesis, it is going to create a group. So first group is about this HTTPS, so it is there, so I am getting here as S, and second group is this one, which I am getting it here. So they, unlike a tuple, it looks like a tuple, but it here the indexing or the positioning does not start with 0, instead 1. So S is at position 1 and XVF blah blah blah, it is at position 2. I said that anything which is inside the parenthesis, it is going to be in group, but we have got 3 parentheses here, and we are getting only 2 groups. Why? Because we have made this a non-capturing version. It is optional, it can be there or it cannot be there, therefore it is not being counted as a group. So if I let me put it as a comment and paste this URL again, and now this time I am going to remove S and copy it again. Let me run it again. Now here I am getting none at position 1 and XVFZ at position 2, and ignore this none, it is coming because this function is not returning anything here, that is why it is giving me none. So just remember this thing, that our desired suffix is at position 2. I am going to use it further in my program. Let's get rid of this thing. Now if our pattern matches, then what? We got to return it into the desired output, which is something like this. This part up to forward slash is the fixed part, and the second part is this is part xvfz. It is going to be a variable or suffix as I had called it earlier. Let me put it inside the double quotes, and then I need to group. Mind it, here I am writing group, earlier I had it in groups. So this is group, and it is at the second position. So let us return this. Else we are supposed to return none. Now let me copy the URL. Let us start with the smaller one. If I copy this and run this program, let's run this program with the smaller one, and here you see we are getting it in the correct format. Now let me copy the bigger one, HTML, this part, clear the terminal, run it again. Bingo, it is matching. I believe now we can go for the CS50 checks. Let us do that. Let me paste it here. I just wanted to share with all of you is that I have been publishing videos related to Python other than CS50 for Python on my YouTube channel. I will share the link of those videos playlists into the description box. You might want to go there and check it out. Let it extract the result. Okay, let me pull it up. You see everything is in green. It means that our program has passed the CS50 checks. It means that we are good to submit it. That is all for this video. If you find this video useful, consider giving it a like, subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends who are pursuing CS50 for Python. Till that time, happy coding.